Good morning, students all. Last class we finished about what is meant by electromagnetic induction and what is Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. We discussed mathematical form of the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction is E is equal to minus d pi by dt. Next, after finishing of that, we will discuss today what is meant by Lenz law. What is meant by Lenz law we will discuss today. So what it is saying is the direction of induced EMF. The direction of induced EMF is always opposes the cause which create it. Means, what is the meaning of this one? Because of which reason EMF is induced. Now this EMF will try to oppose that reason. Point is clear? Because of which reason this EMF is created, this EMF will try to oppose that reason. What is the meaning of this? See, here there is a coil. Here there is a magnet. I am moving the magnet towards the coil. Then what will happen? Flux associated with the coil will increases. Flux associated with the coil will increases when we are moving the magnet towards the coil. When flux increased, whether flux increased or decreased, what will happen? EMF will be produced. So EMF is produced. This EMF will send the current in which direction? Means, so already in moving charges and magnetism you learned, when current is flowing in a coil in clockwise direction, current is flowing in a coil in clockwise direction, it will behave as a south pole. When current is moving in a coil in anti-clockwise direction, it is behaving like north pole. Easy to remember. Current is in clockwise direction, right? Yes. At the end, if you keep arrows of yes, then they are in clockwise direction. If current is moving in anti-clockwise direction, write N here. N and arrows, if you keep, those will be in anti-clockwise direction. So, what you have to understand, current is moving in a coil in clockwise direction. That face of the coil will behave as a south pole. Current is moving in anti-clockwise direction in a coil. The face will behave like a north pole. Understanding? Here also, now come to this. I am moving the magnet towards the coil. Then EMF is produced. That EMF direction means it is that EMF will send the current in anti-clockwise direction. So what will happen? Anti-clockwise direction means it will, this face will behave like a north pole. Okay? North and north, what it will do? They will repel. If we move the magnet, then EMF will produce. This EMF, because of that EMF, this coil will also behave as a magnet. That magnet will now oppose this magnet. Because of which reason it is created? because of which reason increase in the flux it is created. This will try to oppose that reason, means if magnet is moved towards it, then only it is created. Now what it is doing? It is trying to oppose the magnet. Hey, don't come towards me, go away. Like that it is behaving like North Pole. Clear? If South Pole we brought, this is the coil, this is the magnetic South Pole. We brought South Pole of the magnet towards it. Then also flux will increases. Then what will happen? This phase, now EMF will send the current in clockwise direction, so that this phase will behave as a South Pole. Then north, south and south will repel, this motion will be stopped. Try to oppose this reason. Because it is moving only, this current is created. Now because of this current, this coil is behaving like a magnet, and this phase what pole will be produced? South pole. South will repel, means because of which reason that current or EMF is produced, that direction of EMF will always oppose that reason. For example, now the magnet is moving away. Now the magnet is moving away. Now what will happen? Flux will changes. Flux decreases now. Point is clear? Flux is decreasing now. Now what will happen? Because of decrease in the flux, here EMF is produced. Now the current in this will be in anti-clockwise direction. So this phase will behave as North Pole. This North Pole will try to attract this South Pole so that its motion will be resisted. Point is clear? If it is going away, then only this current is produced. Because of this current, it will behave as the North Pole, and north and south will attract so that this motion will be resisted. For example, here South Pole, here North Pole is there. Magnet is moving away from the coil. Now, current in this will be clockwise direction. Current in this will be clockwise direction. So, it will behave like a South Pole. Again, it will try to attract this magnet, means this motion will be resisted. So because of which reason, now in this case, it will behave like a South Pole, current will be in clockwise direction. So because of which reason that EMF is produced, that EMF direction will always try to oppose that reason. That is Lenz law. Understanding? Law of conservation of energy will be valid in Lenz law. So, here magnet is like this. It is moving away. This motion will be resisted by this magnet, by this coil. Understanding? So, again to continue the motion, we had to apply more force, or we had to do more work to move this magnet, or otherwise its motion will be resisted by this. Then here some work is done, additional work. That work will be produced work will be converted as the electrical energy in this. So, law of conservation of energy will be valid in law of in Lenz law. Otherwise, here also some north pole is produced. For example, if we assume, then what will happen? North will repel. No additional force is required to move this. As usually, it will move. So, law of conservation of energy, but here current is creating, electrical energy is creating here. Here no work is done. This is not possible. So, here additional work is done. This additional work is converted as electrical energy in this. So, validation of conservation of energy is there in Lenz law. Here, if here also north is induced, what will happen? These two will repel, easily it will go. No additional work is required. No additional work is there means not required for this. But here electrical energy is created means that is conservation of energy will fail. Where is that energy has came? What is the reason for this energy? We can't explain. Clear? So, that is about Lenz law. Next, after finishing of this Lenz law, what is meant by motional EMF? What is meant by motional EMF? We will discuss about this. The EMF produced in a conductor. The EMF produced in a conductor moving in a magnetic field is called motional EMF. So, a conductor is there. Here magnetic field is there. In this magnetic field, this conductor is moving. Then in this current conductor, current will be produced. EMF will be produced. That EMF will be called as the motional EMF. Point is clear? The EMF produced in a conductor moving in a magnetic field. When a conductor is moving in a magnetic field, EMF will be produced in that conductor. That EMF will be called as the induced EMF. Then what is the expression for this induced EMF? And what is the force, what is the current, induced current, what is the power, all expressions we will derive. Next side heading. Expression for motional EMF. Okay? For this, I am taking one U-shaped conductor. I am taking one U-shaped conductor. Okay. On that, I am placing a rod. I am placing one metal rod on that. I am assuming these points are P, Q, R, S. This portion length, this conductor is very, for your understanding I am drawing like this, it is very close. This conductor can be movable. It can be movable on this U-shaped conductor. Understanding? We can move like this, we can move like this. So what I am taking is, consider a metal rod, metal conductor, or simply metal means conductor only, na? Consider a conductor PQ. Consider a conductor PQ of length L is placed on a U-shaped conductor. Consider a metal rod like that also you can take. Consider a metal rod PQ placed on a U-shaped conductor. Okay. Next point. Rod can move freely on the conductor. No confusion will be there. Again, conductor means confusion will come. So, rod can move freely on the conductor. Like that it is there, I am assuming. Okay. Then, let the rod is moving uniformly with velocity v. This rod is moving like that, I am assuming. With what velocity it is moving? With velocity uniformly with velocity v. Like that I am assuming. Point is clear? Let the rod is moving uniformly with velocity v. Now what we did is, we applied magnetic field in that region. Let B is the induction of that field. Clear? We applied magnetic field in that region. So here we applied the magnetic field in this manner, cross field. That field induction I am assuming it as B. Let B is the magnetic induction of field, means magnetic field. Okay. Now let us see. I am assuming this side is X, this side is L. Rod length is L, means what will happen automatically? This side length is also equal to L. This side I am assuming it as X. Okay. Now what is the initial flux associated with this circuit? This is a closed circuit, na? Rod is a conductor, all these are conductors, so this is a closed circuit. What is the initial flux associated with that T0? Pi is equal to, what is the formula? BA cos theta. So pi is equal to flux is, field is B only, area is L into X. Here theta value will be equal to 0. Why 0 means? Field is normally like this. Area vector will also be normal. Area vector will also be normal to the plane. So angle between area vector and field will be equal to 0. So this will be cos 0 degrees. So how much flux? Initial flux will be there with this closed circuit means that value is equal to BLX. Point is clear? Now the rod is moving. Rod is moving means flux associated with this circuit is increasing, because rod came to here, for example. Then B will not change. But what will change is area. Here to here area we have to consider. Area changes. Area will increase. When area increases means automatically flux will also increases. Point is clear? So when rod is moving with velocity V, flux associated with that closed circuit will increases. So when flux changes, what will happen? EMF will be induced. That EMF will be called induced EMF. So what we will get here, see, induced EMF, since rod is moving, flux associated with circuit, flux associated with the circuit will increase. Flux associated with the circuit change like that, you write down, will change, and EMF will be produced. EMF will be produced for this. So what is the EMF induced? E value is equal to minus d pi by dt. Pi value already we wrote it as BLX. So E is equal to minus d by dt of BLX. So this value minus BL into dx by dt. Dx by dt is nothing but velocity of the rod. So this is equal to minus BLV. So induced EMF in the rod will be equal to minus BLV. If you write its magnitude only, then that value is equal to E is equal to BLV. Point is clear? So induced EMF formula E is equal to BLV, where L is the length of the rod, V is the velocity of the rod, B will be the magnetic induction. Next, if we write this one in the vector format, this value we can write it as E is equal to E bar is equal to L bar into V bar cross B bar. Like that we can write this E bar. Clear? Now, for another also we will derive the expressions. What is the expression for induced current, force, power? Like that questions will be there. So, induced current in the same topic. Induced current. Induced EMF value will be how much? E is equal to BLV. So I is equal to what will happen? E by R. E value will be BLV by R. I is equal to BLV by R. That is the formula for induced current. Next, force on the rod. F is equal to BIL sin theta. Here B, I value will be this one, BLV by R into L. This value will be 90 degrees. Here theta is 90 degrees. Angle between magnetic field and length, that will be 90 only. So this value B square L square V by R. This is the formula for force. B square L square V by R. Next, what is the formula for power? Power to move the rod. We know the formula for power as power P is equal to F into V. F value is B square L square V by R into V. This value is equal to B square L square V square by R. This is the formula for power. Understanding? So, what we discussed in the class up to now, what is motional EMF formula? E is equal to BLV. Motional EMF formula, E is equal to BLV. Induced current formula, BLV by R. Force formula, B square L square V by R. Power formula, B square L square V square by R. Next, after finishing of this, what is the magnitude we calculated? BLV. What is the direction of the induced EMF when a rod is moving in a magnetic field? EMF will be induced in the rod. That EMF is called motional EMF. EMF magnitude we calculated. How much that is? BLV. What is the direction of the induced EMF? To find that, we will use Fleming's right hand rule. Already in moving charges and magnetism, you got Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule, when we will use a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field. Current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field. Then this magnetic field will apply force on this conductor to find the direction of that force, whether like this or like this. We will use Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule will be used to find the direction of force acting on a current carrying conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field. Now Fleming's left hand, right hand rule, what is that? A rod is there. This rod is moving in a magnetic field. This rod here, this wire is not moving. Here rod is moving in a magnetic field. Then in this current will be produced. To find the direction of that current, we will use Fleming's right hand rule. This is not right rule. Fleming's right hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule. Okay? What is that? See. Left hand rule already you know. Now take the right hand and stretch the three fingers in three mutually perpendicular directions. This finger will be called central finger. This will be forefinger. This will be thumb. Central finger, forefinger, thumb. Use the same wording. Then forefinger is indicating field direction. Forefinger is indicating field direction. Thumb is indicating motion of conductor. Then central finger will indicate direction of induced current. Central finger will indicate direction of induced current. Point is clear? So if forefinger, stretch the three fingers, stretch the central finger, forefinger and thumb of your right hand in three mutual perpendicular directions. If forefinger is indicating the field direction, thumb is indicating the motion of conductor, then central finger will indicate the direction of induced current. So write the statement. How to write this statement is stretch central finger forefinger and thumb of right hand in three mutually perpendicular directions. Okay, if forefinger is indicating the field, thumb is indicating the motion of conductor, then central finger will indicate, then central finger will indicate direction of induced current. Clear? This is Fleming's right hand rule. Clear? We will continue the remaining in the next class.